Hello, Crafty Mavens. This is Megan, and I am back today with a In Your Pocket Tuesday layout. So for this Project Life page, I am going to be doing my 2017 cover for my Project Life album. So, I don't actually normally do Project Life in the normal sense. Normally what I do is I just scrapbook and then I include Project Life photos or pocket pages in my albums. But this year I have decided that I am going to do a Project Life style album and implement my everyday layouts. So like all the 12 by 12 layouts that I make throughout the year, I'm just gonna put them in along with my Project Life pages as well, so that I just have all one album and I don't have my 12 by 12 layouts and then my Project Life layouts. So just kind of makes my life a little bit easier. So here you can see that title card that I have up there in the top left hand corner. I actually made that, and if you guys are interested, I will leave a link below to where you can download it. I have a Dropbox account, so maybe I'll try to just upload it to Dropbox. If you're interested, I will just upload that as a JPEG and probably a PNG, so you can choose which format you want to print it off in. But I really wanted to keep this page simple, and I want the focus to be on the photos. These are some of my favorite photos of us, and these photos were actually our family photos, which were taken back in, I think it was November of last year. But since these are the most recent pictures of us and we all look really nice in them, I thought it would be kind of, a good thing, some good photos to put as my, welcome to 2017 photos. So I decided to go ahead and use these photos, even though they're not from 2017. It's okay, and it doesn't honestly bother me because I love the photos. Okay, so now here you can see I am using those Tim Holtz tile alphas, and I am running out of those, and I tried to go find some more at Michael's and Joann's, but they didn't have any. I don't know if he just doesn't make them anymore or if they just don't have them anymore, but I couldn't buy any. So now I'm having to color in a lot of them to make up letters and things. So I'm kind of annoyed by that, but I'm gonna move on. Okay, so now here you can see I'm moving on to that bottom right hand corner photo, or not photo, what is that, paper, cardstock, whatever. I just cut up a 4x6 piece of just white cardstock from my stash, and I am going to glue down this hashtag family to that little card, and then that arrow as well. And I could not get my glue to come out. I need to get more glue. I just haven't. I really need to though. So here I'm just gluing down using my Tombow Aqua Glue, and I am going to think I'm done with this card, but I feel like it's missing something. And so I'm gonna go up here to this layout, and my ink is running out on my printer. I just changed the black ink, but then found out that I think it was like light cyan or something and magenta are missing, or not missing, but they're running low, so it didn't print out very well. And so I started to fill it in with my marker. Then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try printing it on my selfie. Well, it came out more yellowish than white, so I was like, okay, that is definitely not gonna work because it's such a stark contrast, and I didn't like that. So here you can see I've pulled out some Teresa Collins black letters, and I am going to end up using those instead. So I set aside the Canon selfie printout, and I'm just gonna stick with the one I already have, even though I hate the way it looks. Eventually I'm just gonna ask my husband to print it off at his work, which works out so much better, and you will see the end result of that card in the photos. Okay, so here I'm pulling out a stencil that is lines, and I'm thinking that I want to do some black lines underneath the word family to kind of mimic the lines on that top card, but I don't have a stencil that's long enough. So I'm kind of frustrated, and this is where I think this is where I decide, okay, I'm going to pull out this Becky Higgins collection, and it's one of those smaller collections, and they're like specialized little Project Life collections. So this one has some sewing on it. So I pulled out this Create Your Own Adventure card, which I really, really liked, and it brought in a little bit more color. But then I saw this one that had that card or that tag on it that said life, and then I found this one that had some sewing on it, and a couple of embellishments sewn at the top, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I considered cutting out that word family and seeing if I liked it there. I didn't. I pulled off that arrow that I had already glued down, and I'm going to glue it there, pointing up at the top of the card. Here I'm just going to use some Zots to glue that down, and that works perfect. After I do that, I'm just going to kind of stare at the card. I don't know if I actually stare at it, but I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, because I knew I wanted to do some journaling or some sort of documenting about us at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to kind of think about it and fuss around. I don't know why I was pointing at the photos. I actually have them in the wrong order because I wanted to go from oldest to youngest of my kids. So I'm going to switch that out. Right now I have it Brennan, Jonas, Tinian, which is Brennan is my middle son and Jonas is my oldest. So I'm going to switch them. Okay, so here you can see I pulled out those Teresa Collins letters again, and I'm going to spell out each one of our names and then put our ages. I actually decide here, because I wrote out my husband's name, which is Mark, and right now I'm spelling out the word and, because I wasn't quite sure how my husband would feel about me broadcasting his age. Even though these albums are for us, you know, I still wasn't really sure how he would feel about it. So I decided to put our names together, and then how many years we have been married. Our anniversary is January 3rd, so we just celebrated our 14th year of marriage this year, which I'm sure I will probably do a layout or a Project Life spread soon. So yeah, so that's why what I decided to do with our ages is not actually put our age, but put the years that we've been married. And I figured, since I wrote out Mark and Megan 14, I figured people could kind of figure out that, you know, we're celebrating our 14th year of marriage this year. So I didn't put an explanation or anything like that. I just kind of did it. Now I'm writing out each one of my kids' ages at, you know, in the beginning of January. So Jonas is 12, Brennan is 10, and Tinian is 6. So here I'm working on Brennan's name and his age, and then now I'm going to do Tinian. And then this card is almost done. After I do this, I am going to pull out some sequins from Spiegelmom Scraps, because no layout or Project Life card is finished without sequins, in my opinion. I am totally obsessed with sequins. I absolutely love them. Okay, so I'm just finishing up writing Tinian's name and age, and kind of fidgeting, trying to figure out what I want to do. You can see me kind of tapping my finger, and here is where I realize, oh, I put them in the wrong order, and so I switch Jonas and Brennan. Okay, now here is where I go to my little sequin drawer and I pull out, I think it's 2 or 3 different sequin packs. At first I'm thinking I'm going to use these florals, but I decide I don't really like them. I wanted to stick to more, I don't want to say neutral, but softer colors, I guess. So I pull out this collection, or this sequin mix. It's called, now I'm going to draw a blank. Oh my goodness. It's one of my favorites. I pull out two different ones. I will try to remember to leave a link below to the sequin mixes. I think this like purplish pinkish one is no, I shouldn't even guess. I'm just totally drawing a blank. I really should write these things down, right? So now here I'm just going to glue down all of these sequins using my amazing little mini Zots, which I absolutely love. I use these up so fast now. Like seriously, I have to buy at least one of these a month. I go through them so fast because I like to use them when I glue down my sequins because they are mess free. So I need to put them on my Michael's list so I can go and buy more. I am going to kind of fast forward through this part. I think I might actually be done. I don't think I turned the camera back on when my husband brought home the printout of that top card. So you will just see that finished top card in the photos. It pretty much looks the same way I have it right now. I have the journaling, or not the journaling, but our name at the top above the lines right there, and then that arrow. I am going to take out the star because I didn't like it so much. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great week and you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Bye!